Hello, everyone. Welcome to our community practice. I'll be leading this guided practice in a few minutes. And I'm Tucci Reyes. I also teach other programs in mindfulness. So today's practice is about bringing awareness to our feeling tones. And what do I mean by this? Um, in any human experience, there are things we like, things we don't like, and things that we are neutral about. So an example of this is certain pleasant experience for me is when I slice brazo de Mercedes. It's a favorite dessert of mine, and I anticipate how it tastes like and how the burst of flavor would land on my mouth. So that's a highly pleasant experience for me. And an unpleasant one is perhaps when I smell something I don't like. Let's say there's a whiff of an open sewer. So that's an unpleasant one. And a neutral experience could be uh, perhaps as I choose what show to watch in Netflix. So I notice when I become aware of what's happening in my body, even my thoughts, that it's a neutral experience for me. So each person has our own definition of what is pleasant for us, most specifically, what we feel as good and what we feel as bad or not okay, and what feelings are just neutral. So let's begin with a quick experiment so that you get a quick experience of what feeling tones are. So begin by finding a posture that's comfortable for you. And it could even be with a quality of being awake and relaxed at the same time, and bringing awareness as your eyelids fall, perhaps downward gaze, or even the point of contact of how the eyelids feel when they are closed. And taking a few deep diaphragmatic breaths, breathing in and out. And now, remembering a time that was very pleasant for you, perhaps even letting the memory be as strong as possible. If you wish, you can even elaborate on the memory. Do you remember how wonderful it was? This pleasant feeling, or even a pleasant sensation that accompanied this experience. Was it excitement? Was it elation? Was it joy? It could even be love or peace. And as we bring attention back to the good feelings of that specific pleasant experience, noticing now what it feels in the body. How does your heart feel as you evoke this memory? And now we move back to our breath, just taking a few moments to clean the palate of the mind, breathing in and breathing out. And now bring to mind an unpleasant memory. Maybe it could be something you felt unhappy about, irritated about. Remember that you're in charge and in complete control of this practice, since this is just a mental experiment. But more so, this is a practice of bringing awareness to our feeling tones so that we may choose to navigate skillfully later on, especially when it comes our way. And as you recall, how does this feel like in the body? When we bring in this field of awareness, anything that is unpleasant, and this could sometimes be challenging and difficult, there is tremendous courage and strength to do this. There's also personal power and freedom. And this is the gift of the capacity when we turn toward the difficult. And if resistance is the unpleasant, just noticing how this feels in the body. And as you take your breath, remembering what it felt like when it was a pleasant memory with pleasant feelings. Any difference? Maybe even taking note, oh, there's an actual difference when I remember something pleasant and I feel it in my heart or the chest. And for an unpleasant one, I could feel it also in my chest. But the heart rate's different. The breathing is different. So just seeing in your own awareness how this is for you. And last but not the least, as you take a few more deep breaths, and once again, cleaning the palate of the mind, and inviting you now to recall a neutral one. There are other words for this. Some would call it so so, some would call it just right. In Tagalog, sakto lang. What is neutral for you? And remembering now an experience or a memory that's neutral. Could it be as you observe another person lining up Maybe as you see cars passing, a certain TV show you either not like or you also like. And as you remember this neutral memory, inviting you now to feel it in your body, if there's any. How does it feel in the mind, in the heart, and in the body? How does a neutral experience express itself, or even the absence of? And once again, recalling all three experiences, the pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral. And the last part of this practice is as we bring awareness to all, do you notice any pattern in your mind that you stick to one longer or an experience shorter for you? Then what is it? And as you bring your attention back to your breath, just being in this moment with your body, this human body, and this human being experiencing everything. And as you become more aware, little by little, as we keep on practicing this mindfulness of feeling tones, we can choose what areas we need our resources more, what areas do we perhaps use our skills more in our capacities. Before we formally end, I'd like to read a few lines from the brilliant teacher Thich Nhat Hanh as he says, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. And once again, breathing in, breathing out. Thank you, everyone. That specific exercise or practice was called mindfulness of our feeling tones. And we can do this informally also by just becoming aware of how long do we attach to something that's pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral, and just see how it arises in us as we develop little by little the skills of mindfulness in us. Thank you. Bye for now.